Hello, everyone. It's me, Rebel Trader. Welcome back to Take the Initiative. We've got more bonus coverage of the Portland Sector Qualifier here. Troy Yamaguchi on the left, Trevor Seidel here on the right. This is round 10. Troy is 7-1-1, and Trevor is 8-1. So it looks like Troy is going to open with a Cassian here. No turn 1 play from Trevor, but he goes resupply on 2. And it looks like Troy is able to Han in the Kiadi Mundi, but he doesn't have the force, so he doesn't get to draw. So those cards he just drew were for turn. But the Kiadi as a body is still solid. Trevor pulls off a Traitorous here. That's an interesting inclusion in this Yoda deck. If you can't tell, Trevor's base is the green force base. So Troy there is going to get out an Ogdo with the Han ability. You know, it looks like Trevor's thinking about his Yoda. And let me just talk a bit about what this bonus coverage is, because we're sort of getting right into it. These were matches that were at the stream tables, but weren't necessarily streamed, at least not in their entirety. So we've got a few of these that are going to be coming out. This one, part of it did end up on stream, so you might know the outcome if you followed us live. But it's at a certain point, I'm going to cut off and then splice in the live coverage that we had of the round. But I'm not going to tell you when until it happens, so just to avoid spoilers. So it looks like the Ogdo is going to get in here. A lot of damage coming in from Troy, but Trevor does pick up a resupply carrier here, which is the second ramp card of the game, and it puts the Yoda online this turn, the same turn as Troy is eligible to flip his 5 to play leader. Looks like a Power of the Dark Side coming in for 5 resources here to defeat that resupply carrier. And Trevor is going to use this opportunity to set up his Yoda flip with the ability. It looks like a copy of Clone in Trevor's hand, which is a spicy include. You can check out the lists for both these players in the description. They're public on Melee. All right, so the Yoda flips does kill the Ogdo Bogdo. But Troy's just going to get in to base there, bringing Trevor up to, it looks like, 15. So now what's the Yoda going to do? Yoda is going to hit into Han and restore 2. Trevor's got the nice Yoda Sector Qualifier mat here for a match with the Yoda leader with that nice looking showcase. So Troy is going to play out an Owen here for free with the Han ability. And then it looks like the big Yoda coming down for Trevor, healing 5, and then Yoda gets to deal twice the damage equal to twice the number of units he controls to a unit, which is going to just kill that Han leader. The Han should be dead. Maybe the Yoda attack last turn was to base and not to the Han leader, and he's just putting the 4 damage on the Han. So he might also just be keeping track of it on that piece of paper there. So it should be, I guess, 8 on Trevor's base, or on Troy's base. Or no, because the Anakin came in, gave it -6, so I guess probably was attacking for 0 there, and then just restored 2, because that's why the Han was able to kill it. Sorry, it's a bit hard to keep track of with all this stuff going on. Clone actually makes an appearance here, copies the big Yoda, going to heal 5 from Trevor's base, bringing him all the way down to 1. And then he gets to kill the Han, it looks like. And, oh, he gets the trigger from the other Yoda, which is going to deal 4 to the Anakin. So Feldragon comes down. So I think that die that is like on the sort of front just above Troy's base is actually his damage on base, but it's not actually physically on the base, which is a bit confusing for me, but if it works for the players, it works for the players. Feldragon is going to clear the Yoda there. Spark of Hope fired off. That's the 3rd ramp card from Trevor this game. Can't have too many resources, it seems. Five to base from the Yoda, or from the Anakin. This Yoda deck it's kind of control-y, but it's also kind of mid-rangey. And it's also just got some, like, nonsense that it can do. Okay, yeah, so it looks like they're going to be spinning down... Troy's going to be spinning down that die when he attacks for that one. So I'm assuming that is base damage. So I was going to say about the Yoda, it's kind of control-y, but it's also kind of mid-rangey, and it's also just got some tricks with, like, You're My Only Hope and stuff. But it's relying a lot on things like the big Yoda, the Luke Skywalker unit, and then, I guess, Clone to control stuff, and less so on events. But he does have some events in there. He's got Vanquishes and Rivals Falls, which is interesting. And then also just things like Home 1 and Keller and back to provide some threats going into the late game. And then also quite a bit of restore. So the cloned Yoda, which is a 5/9, is going to, or 5/8 rather. Nope, 5/9. 8 cost is going to go into the Anakin there. Troy going to crash his Owen. Looks like no damage on his base, so he's kind of useless at the moment. Going to pick up a Luke, which is very useful right now. And he is online because the Owen died. I guess the Anakin did also. Trevor going to dirtle a bit and use his Yoda ability. Put something on the bottom there. Secretive Sage. Going to get a little bit of chip damage in there. And there's the first Kelleran. Coming down. And what is Trevor going to pick up with it? He's thinking about his options. He does have some extra resources to pull something a bit bigger than 3 here. And it looks like it's going to be a Chewbacca on the ground. Just sort of a big meanie. Can't be killed by events. Looks like Troy was... yeah, he's going to fell the dragon the Kelleran. And then Trevor just takes initiative. So the Luke is not going to be coming out here this turn. But honestly, if I'm Troy, I don't mind that. I've got a pretty solid board. The Itinerant can kill this cloned Yoda this turn if Troy wants to. The Chewie's a bit of a threat, but if the Luke can come down this turn, if a unit dies, that knocks Chewie right off. It's Trevor's action here. I think they're looks like clarifying that Trevor does have the force. And is that an itinerant? Yep, itinerant warrior coming down, going to heal 3, and that triggers the cloned Yoda. Which is going to do 6 damage, but just clear the itinerant shield. And then, yeah, the itinerant trades with the cloned Yoda. Thing with this Han 2 deck is that it might be more aggro mid-rangey, but it can also grind with more control-y decks because it has so many units that kill other units on play, like the Luke or Mace. Now that itinerant is dead, the Luke is fully online. So Chewbacca can get a hit off, but his days might just be numbered. Secret Sage gets in. Did they get the damage? I'm not sure. This is a recording. It's not live, so there's nothing I can do if they did miss the damage. But they might have been thinking about, like, was there a restore that got missed, and now they're just adding it back on. And it looks like they're keeping track of it on paper, so they should have a record of everything that's going on. So Luke comes down for Trevor, and Troy is going to follow up here. Looks like he's using the Luke to defeat the itinerant, actually, instead of the Chewie, which is probably fine because he can just attack into the Chewie also with the Luke, assuming it doesn't die here. But also, I mean, and you can't do the same with the itinerant, and it's only one power difference. So we'll see. Does Trevor have something to deal with that Luke right away? If he does, that would probably be... That might not just change the game. Looks like no. So he's going to attack with Chewie here. He's thinking about trying to go to base. And he's thinking about killing the Yaddle. Looks like it's base. So it should put Troy to 10 by my count. Ooh, Hotshot Blaster from the resource row on the Luke. And that's just going to kill the other Luke. That's pretty nice. Lots of resources being spent here. It's home 1, and then spending 3 more, maybe I guess 4 more to play the Luke back. And it looks like Troy just scoops it up. I mean, yeah, from that perspective, you know, with 3 big threats on board, only a Yaddle really to cope, running low on cards, sort of makes sense. And a match like this, it's not impossible that it goes to time. So respectable scoop there by Troy, and I'm going to go ahead and skip sideboarding, and we'll be back for game 2. All right, and here we are with game 2. Both these players are running some things in their sideboard that could definitely come in and help with this match if it gets grindier. Troy is actually only running 2 copies of Crate Dragon in the main, but he's got the 3rd in the board. Got also a Chewie, which could be another big threat in the late game. That's sort of difficult to deal with. And he's also got 3 copies of Champs and Dula, which I'm kind of expecting to see. It looks like Trevor's taking a mulligan here. Trevor himself, it looks like he's only running 2 Kellerans in the main. Going to likely bring in the 3rd sideboard, I would imagine. And then Also, couple copies of Salvage, which are going to be really good with copies of Home 1, but might also be relevant with like Blue Leaders or resupply carriers even. And then a couple other things which I doubt we'll see, which are meant for aggro probably, and also a couple copies of Marauder, which might be interesting. So, Trevor thinking about his resources here. He's got a Lothwolf in there, which we didn't see last game, which could be interesting into some of Troy's moves, depending on what he has. And it looks like it's going to be Ogdo Bogdo coming down here. And yeah, the Lothwolf lines up pretty well into that. Ezra Bridger coming down, and that lines up well into the Lothwolf. Looks like Trevor just going to use Yoda to do nothing here as a Dirtle. And then it looks like either pass or claim from Troy. And then we're a Blue Leader from Trevor, and we're going to the next turn. So no ramp from Trevor. It is a bit riskier now that the possibility Cham exists. Not all the Hans are on it. But a player at this level is almost certainly at least thinking about the possibility of it. So now this is kind of a power play for Troy here. He can go Ezra crash into the Lothwolf. Not crash, he just eats it. And then get an experience for the Ogdo Bogdo. Spark of Hope does come down here on the Lothwolf. Perhaps a bit risky doing it this quick if you're thinking about Cham. That's going to be 6 to base from the Ogdo. Three to base from the Blue Leader, it looks like. And then Trevor's just going to take initiative here. Going into 6 resources. We'll see if he has the resupply carrier again. That was a nice play last game that definitely helped him positioning-wise. It's his action either way. I don't see... Oh, is it... oh, no. I do see a resupply carrier in his hand. And, yep, it's going to come down here. So now Trevor's at 7, and he can deploy his Yoda here. No units died yet, and it's kind of unlikely that one would, unless Troy is like really concerned about one of those space units. But if he is, he can just dirtle his way through, which is going to prevent Trevor from setting up his Yoda flip. Target number 1 is probably the Ogdo Bogdo, so not terribly unlikely that he would miss. Or not terribly likely that he would miss. So he's going to flip out, and he does miss. Lothwolf kills nothing. And that is quite... I mean, that's a major swing for in Troy's favor. Because it's one of this Yoda deck's biggest advantages comes from that free kill on the Yoda deploy. So now it's Troy's action. He's on 5 resources. He can flip his Han this turn. He's got an Ezra that's potentially vulnerable to getting killed by this Yoda at the moment. He's got an itinerant that isn't. No resources ready from Trevor. So really the world's his oyster. And he's got a full hand of cards and a full set of resources to do whatever he wishes with. although the Yoda isn't, I mean, it isn't terribly threatening to the board at this moment. Like, it can become so, and the restore is definitely annoying. So if he can get this Yoda off the board, he's definitely going to want to do that. But at the moment, he's going to want to get use out of his Ezra here. And Ezra's going to base. Is going to generate a second experience token for that Ogdo. So now Ogdo's out of range of being killed by the Yoda. So yep, Yoda is just going to kill the Ezra. It's the only thing he can kill at the moment. Does get Restore 2 off, and the Force. I can't. So now it's Troy's action. Got an Itinerant, got a Han. I mean, if you wanted, he can take out Yoda now with just an attack from Itinerant and Han, if he wants to go that route. He does have to worry next turn about the big Yoda unit. Which would be enough to actually kill this Ogdo. Even if the Yoda leader dies. So Han's going to flip here, and Troy's going to take 3 to base from the blue leader, and that's pretty much everything Trevor can do this turn. But Troy still has all of his resources left, and 2 attacks. He's thinking about what to do here, and now it looks like he's going to use his Han attack, and it is going to be into the Yoda. So it looks like that Yoda is going to probably die to the Itinerant here. Yep, that's exactly what happens. And in this position, like if Troy can deal with one of these space units, that would actually be... You would take the Ogdo out of range of being able to get hit by the big Yoda next turn. So it's in his interest to do so if he can. It looks like he is taking a different line here, though. Going for a Cassian just to put some extra pressure on. And this is a rough position for Trevor, and a pretty strong one for Troy. If Trevor can get the Yoda down this turn, maybe it's a bit better for him. But either way, like these space units, they're nice, but they can't do much about the things on the ground. And Trevor's certainly in no position to race here. We can't. It looks like they're at just 3 damage on Troy's base from blue leader hit. And it looks like I think we're going to be transitioning over to the stream coverage pretty soon. Not quite yet. Blue leader comes down. Is able to clear that Ogdo, which is the biggest threat on the table. And the Han's going to get into base. And in just a second, I'm going to hand you off to Loopy and Platform 327, who are going to commentate the rest of this match live as it happened. And Loopy and Platform, take it away.
Thank you.
Rebel Trader. Troy Yamaguchi.
Yep. So I need you to call the match, Plat.
Okay, so it's Troy Yamaguchi on the left. Looks like we're quite a ways into this match. Deployed.
Yoda.
Deployed.
Yep.
Yoda has not been deployed yet. They're scooping up right now, though. So let's see here.
Yeah, looks like the Han player got it, so they're going to game 3.
So this is game 3, guys. We're going to get 2 game 3s in the same round.
Okay, that face thing on the table must be the force token for Troy. Okay.
All right, Trevor.
So both of these guys, what are their records right now? If you don't mind me asking, Lippy, are these guys both 8-1?
Both of them have one loss. I think Troy has a tie. He's 7-1-1, and I'm updating all of that.
That's cool. Okay.
What do you think about sideboarding for this match? It's Yoda green versus Han 1 blue.
Wow. Well, I don't play a ton of Yoda, but I mean that's a tough match. I would imagine Han 1 probably wants to have a little more control into his deck to get a little more top end with him. But I can't imagine he's not built right out of the gate for Yoda. I mean, so game 3 is going to be tough now that they've seen each other's deck as well. They probably sideboarded a few answers. I'm not sure what else Yoda could actually bring in to help him out. I don't know. Was this Yoda red you said?
It is Yoda green. It is Yoda on a green base. This is a deck that really has seen an uptick in just the last week. I saw a deck tech done by actually one of our commentators today, will be Thork with T85. Did a deck tech after this one. Troy Yamaguchi is a great pilot. He actually was the host of a masterclass for Han Yellow right after that deck first burst onto the scene after Gen Con in 2025.
I feel that the Yoda green deck really leans on the Yoda unit. All right, they want to get a board out so they can really drop the Yoda unit and take the game right there. It's a very tough unit to get around, and comboed with Yoda's deploy, it's a menace.
Right.
So that's what the Han player wants to avoid. Bottom line. I would imagine he'd want to find himself Memphis Nest early on, if he can. Try to out ramp, up, get up there. If he's, that Spark of Hope's going to be running around Yoda's deck. There is going to be ramp options around. So it's a real tough match. And you got to play strategically. And Yoda's always going to be able to make his hand better. So I'm not sure who gets the initiative on game 3.
Well, it would be Yoda because the Han player won game 2, assuming that he takes it. Doesn't have the force currently. So
I don't really know if it really matters to Yoda having the initiative.
Yoda's not one to maintain the initiative much, frankly, given his action is very dirtily.
And he is using that real nice Galactic Force token, the metal one from Galactics.
Yeah, I think so. So
yeah.
Both players are.
Point that out to everybody. It's kind of hard to see on the table, so yeah, point that out. Make sure everybody notices.
And I'm not sure what Troy's force token is. It looks almost like it's maybe from an 80s sitcom or 90s sitcom. Maybe Rebel Trader can get on that and see actually what the side of
I've been dying to figure that out. It kind of looks like Paul Rudd on the front, but it's blurry.
Troy is on Han. Troy Yamaguchi is on Han, and Trevor Seidel is on Yoda.
But that looks like some kind of 80s card from the Kellogg's cereal box.
All right, Ogdo Bogdo starts for Han too. It's actually young Han. He's on young Han blue, not old Han blue.
So he's on young Han.
Correct.
So right away he puts 2 damage on
Ogdo, which is a very strong opening for Han. It basically makes anything other than a shielded unit or a 3-attack unit into the ground arena feel real bad. And we'll see how Trevor responds.
Okay. Resource? I don't even think Yoda had a turn 1 play.
Like a Polaroid of him and a friend.
Yep.
Thank you.
So shout out to whoever the friend is. This is not Yoda Data Vault. This is Yoda on a force base. This is Yoda in Jedi Temple.
Right, because he's going to flex the Yoda unit. Thank you for letting us know. We just wanted to point out what the force token was on the table. There we go.
So it was there. It's when the Polaroid is up, he has the force, which he does not currently.
Okay.
So the village protectors save a lot of damage for Trevor.
You ain't kidding. He put the roadblock in. What does he do to get rid of that? Does he have takedown at this level at 4, or does he run that at all? What does he do to get rid of the village protectors?
Yep. So, well, actually, the village protectors very well may get rid of themselves. It wouldn't surprise me to see them sacrifice into Ogdo here. We cannot share any deck lists at this point. On Late Night Discord, as soon as we get to top 8, we'll have those deck lists and other deck lists available. But at this point in the tournament, we are not to open deck lists, and we are not providing any specific information about any deck lists or publicizing them yet.
Somebody asked about it?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Someone linked. I got it. Yeah.
So Trevor is actually correctly in the chat, Jeffrey, worried about the Grogu ping. That's why I'm saying that we very well may see the village protectors take care of the big threat.
Oh, he loses the shield now on the protectors, so...
Yep, so Ogdo did not attack at all last turn. Here comes the shield is down. Ogdo is a 5/5 with 2 damage on it. The village protectors is a 2/2 sentinel.
So he's going to clear him out.
Yep. Ayami, the Late Night Discord is in the description. And if somebody out there want to throw them an invite to those, we'll have those as soon as ready and as soon as they're available to be gone through.
Oh, nice. We're going to see your mind go for a resupply carrier.
Yes.
Very hot.
So we have the Yoda player electing a ramp strategy very strongly here with protecting with the village protectors. Han has been the aggro, has done 3 damage now and strikes first blood, but has a near overwhelming ground arena and also has a Cham Syndulla, so is able to ramp in response.
So we are going to see Yoda soon. No, it's at 6 now.
Yeah, I think he just went to 7. So
I think Han's got a really good board state, Loopy. How do you think Han responds to what's going on with the carrier? Does he really mind the carrier at all?
Well, I mean, usually that deck doesn't play space units, so it surprised me. We'll see here. I'm interested as to how Trevor plays this. He might have to blind flip Yoda, but he's not going to. He's going to tap all his resources, probably Luke Skywalker. Oh, Rivals Fall. Rivals Fall for Han, so he wants to make sure he doesn't see a Luke in response.
But he's going to allow Cham to come in for 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're representing 10 likely damage.
Check underneath. Checks underneath. Breathes. Takes a look. Pulls his cards back. He's going to play Force Lightning. So he does care about it. Which means he's probably looking at he probably has an Anakin in his hand. All right, Bob go to base. Takes him to 8. All right. Another 5, 13, 14.
Yeah, it's adding up. It's adding up on Yoda's base. Yeah. Now he hasn't
deployed. Not sure if Yoda can heal that fast now at 14. That's a lot of damage dumped on for deploy.
So Yoda's ability should kill something on deploy. You'd think that he would kill either the Cham or the Ogdo.
I mean, right now, a hot shot, and he's almost lethal. Like, he's very close.
Oh, I see. This is actually the Yoda flip turn. He was able to get the resupply out, probably with You're My Only Hope. All right, Luke comes down, finishes off the Frog Menace of Ogdo Bogdo. How will Troy deal with Luke?
It depends what he has in his hand. He might have a felt. But now he's going to go right to base and feel honored to get the damage. Because Yoda does come out and can bomb him. So he's going to do that before the bomb. So now it is back to Troy to make a move. Got
19
second
damage.
resources. It's going to go to 19, 20. Flips Yoda.
Yoda's hanging on by a thread.
Keller and Beck takes out the. Yep, fell the dragon. There it was.
Fell the dragon on Luke. But Yoda can come in, ignores the Grogu, and hits for 4, restoring 3.
He doesn't want to kill his own.
There's not that many of them left.
Right, we're gonna leave him alone. He only hits for 1. He's like, I'm going in.
So, yeah, Yoda's a control hero. I mean, this is an interesting deck. Yoda's got one of the most powerful flips in the game, with presumably one thing that can kill a unit, and then a 4/9 restore unit. So, let's see how Han responds. Does Troy have an out of aspect power of the dark side or another rival's fall?
You know, Trevor's deck is designed to go this deep into a game, so he's going to have a lot of nifty things to use from here on out.
Yeah.
So right away, it's Power of the Dark Side. Very nice call there, Loopy.
Yep, and that's often in the Han decks to make Anakin a Super Saiyan. That he can actually
He already had
do.
Force Lightning played, so, you know, that was a desperation move.
Okay, Trevor responds with a lot of resources. It is home 1.
Oh,
Home 1 goes
okay.
through, can play 3 costs for free, and then, yes, we get the village people, as my teammate will call them, chicks with sticks, blocking up the ground arena.
And this is what happens in the late game. You're going to see Keller and Beck's home ones recurring other cards that can do things. So that Luke can come back in about 4 rounds.
And notably, the Yoda player does have the Force. Both players actually have the Force right now. But can he find an 8-cost Yoda unit to heal 5 and take care of a threat?
If Trevor finds that Yoda unit, I think it's probably going to be rough for Troy. But we'll see. I mean, he is getting to Crate Dragon area. So Crate Dragon could become, come on, a real problem. We can't see their hands, which is probably good.
And we have about 12 minutes left in the game. Let me actually get the timer, because that could come into play here, depending on how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit of restore on the Yoda side, so yes, the time could come into play. And I'm gonna go. It's gonna go what, 2? From what though?
But we now have Trevor scoring some hits. Home 1 comes in. Yaddle takes care of the village protectors.
The healing begins.
Home 1, of course, not only has restore to itself, it gives every other friendly unit restore 1.
Just a really classic, awesome unit from set 1.
What a match. You have the grindy blue-green hero, Yoda, on a Force base, Yoda Jedi Temple, against one of the pillars of the format, Han Blue. And that is the Yoda 8-cost. This is one of the most powerful cards in the set. It hasn't seen much play, but now that the Force base, or Force throw, is no longer in play, it's there. It also heals 5 when you use its ability. So Trevor, who was on the verge of collapse not that long ago, is down to 10 on base.
And then a Luke. It's just bomb after bomb. Here we go.
These players are trading haymakers.
This is it. This is what we came to see.
Yep. All right. We have Yoda from set 5 with a Yoda unit out as well. Looking across from Han to Blue. 10 damage on Yoda's base, 12 on Han's. Both players fighting for a chance in the top 8 of the Portland sector.
I think the stream may have locked up for the moment.
It is not. So
they're just waiting.
The commentator window, but I got play-by-play for now. Trevor's deciding what to do, asked to see Troy's discard pile. which you're always allowed to. He's probably looking for Luke's and possibly Fells. So he goes 5 to base, gains the force.
It's tally time. Yeah, he's gonna take a look at cards now. How this game turned. Unbelievable.
Yep, absolutely.
But he still has a Luke on his side, and there's a lot left. But he's got to get rid of that Yoda unit. That cannot stick around.
This game began with Ogdo Bogdo landing a lot of hits. We have now at least a semblance of stability on Yoda's side. Both players choosing to go to base. Who's actually the aggro? Thanks for the 557 people watching online with us among our 3 partner channels. This is coverage of the Portland sector as we move towards the top cut. This is round 9 of Swiss.
So we're getting into some dangerous territory here. Okay, he plays a Loth Wolf. That's a very safe play because, Trevor wants to keep some money or keep some resources behind.
We haven't seen Anakin yet, I don't believe. We have seen Power of the Dark Side out of Troy, so it would very much surprise me if he's not running Anakin unit if he has any villainy cards in his deck.
He's played Force Lightning.
The Force is there. We have Kiadi Mundi looking for an answer. Kiadi is a powerful, powerful card from this set. Uses the Force Take to draw 2. We have the Internet Warrior. Somebody called it the Reddit admin. Being used for a tailing in this match.
Why does it feel like this game just started? Like, now we're getting into the real game.
All right, and it's I'm doing the best I can to track the base health as we go.
Well, they keep healing back and forth, And
there's Churret.
Okay, now we can
he finds a churro to place into the way. Both players have sentinels. Who can get through? Who can break through the logjam between these 2 decks?
What's everybody's favorite animal? What is Ogdo Bogdo? What is that?
Where did the damage from Yoda's ability when Internet Warrior hit go? Maybe he didn't use it. Because when Internet Warrior used the Force, the Yoda passive should have went off for 6.
I think you have to have the Force, right?
It's anytime you use the Force with any unit.
Anytime, yeah.
Yep, so 5 damage to base.
Yeah, you got to watch that card when it's played. There's a lot going on with it. Holy smokes. They are going to need all this time.
Oh, right. Yeah, Jeff says Yoda's ability to kill Grogu. That's right. So there was eventually friendly fire of Yoda's species.
Killed his own, yes. So look, here we go. He's got the Force now.
As far as I know, the name of that is just Yoda's species. They haven't actually provided one yet. The Internet Warrior takes out the Ogdo Bogdo menace.
So still left with Luke swing with and all his resources.
Yeah, thanks, chat. Everybody's reminding me that he killed Grogu. I have to look away to keep the base numbers at length there. 6 damage from Luke Skywalker, restoring 3. Can't take more of that. How will Trevor respond? A churro?
Probably one of the really great cards from this set as well.
Chewbacca.
Okay. Chewbacca.
Taking care of Churret.
Very often.
But that's a big one. Because with the Yoda out, Churret is very, very strong.
That was a good play. That was such a really good play by Troy to have that ready to roll. Good answer. Still, anybody's game from here. A lot of healing on that Yoda deck. Oh, he has his own Luke. They know time is of the essence, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think that the game has enough time to resolve naturally. Yoda uses his ability. Han's going to start with initiative and put Trevor on the ropes here.
Both players have really nice looking showcases, I do want to mention. So both players have Luke out. Like this game has a lot of game left. So
I know Troy is from the LA area. I'm not sure
Troy
where
has
Trevor's
the
from.
he's gonna take his damage. Oof. So he puts him in check. He's got lethal showing, and I don't know what he does to get rid of Chewbacca. He can heal 3 and keep him from being dead.
Yeah, it would surprise me if he can't play some kind of Sentinel somehow. I mean, whether it comes out from Home 1 or anything else. But, I mean, he should be looking for ways to use the Force. And you can't just do it, though. I mean, the Yoda trigger right now, if he played something that used the Force, would do 8 damage to Chewbacca, which would just make the game even more emphatically.
You need to do all 10 at the same time or just remove him altogether.
Because he has grit.
Or play a Sentinel. So he's going to do what? But he just played something. Home 1.
All right, so Home 1.
And then he's going to play
a Village Protectors.
Village.
It's pretty good.
6 for 6.
As Micah would say. Shout out to Micah. I think he ended 5 and 3 yesterday.
And he still has some resources left. Yep, shout out to Micah. So what a really great timely pull. Keep him alive for now.
Yep, and the restore certainly matters too. If he can't do something here, I mean the Luke restores for 4 because of the extra one coming from Home 1.
4, 1, 1. He's going to get 5 restore just off his 3 attacks.
Yeah, so I think something's dying here to Anakin. Anakin has 2 -3 triggers. It's probably going to be the Village Protectors and then nerfing something.
Yeah, how much damage does that thing have on it? 3, the Yoda? 3 right now?
I believe so.
He could actually wipe the Yoda out.
Yeah, I think he...
But
killing the Village Protectors represents lethal, if he does that.
Absolutely. That might be game. If he takes out the Village people, that's it.
Well,
no, he can go for 3.
Luke can restore for 4, actually. So he's actually good. He is going to go. He's going to kill the Yoda. All right. So almost undoubtedly we'll have Luke attack. To where? To the other Luke.
Yeah. So he punches himself.
So yeah, he gets restore 4.
And then he takes 6 to the Luke on the other side of the table. I think he's taken 1 too many swings from the Luke over there. He's had enough. He's going to play a chart of his own.
All right.
They're down to 1 minute left. He takes the initiative.
Our timer is not official. It is close.
But
RT,
it's very close.
Yep, if you're around, let us know when they call timing round.
All right, so he gets 6 now. That's a 6-10. Or yeah. Whew. Chicks with Sticks is holding us together.
For now.
Let's
All right.
see here.
We are going to
Do you attack the
Does he have Yoda? Is my question.
Yeah, I think
he does. He does. That's a gigantic Yoda. Heals for 5.
We've got a minute 45 left in time.
A minute 45 right now. So I'm gonna.
That's correct.
I'm gonna stop the timer. This is going to be the turn where time is called, and then per the rules, they'll play 1 more complete round after this.
That was huge.
Yep. And there's a Crate Dragon.
Crate Dragon. Well, I got to total that up. That's a lot of healing, Loopy. That is 4, 2, 1, 1. That's 8 heal.
It's a
on
lot.
Unit alert.
It's a lot of damage too. So
Yeah.
the Luke attacks for 6, restores 4. The home 1 attacks for 7, restores 2. That's what he attacks with, is home 1. Restoring 2. I'm surprised there wasn't village protectors there.
Well, yeah. How much? He's got a lot of resources left, I think.
Oh, there's a turret out.
Yeah, there's a chill.
Luke does not kill turret if he has the force. Actually, if you can use the force, it can kill a crate.
So he's going to do it and go into turret. Oh, wrong way.
Yep.
Okay, so now he's going to go with the itinerant warrior and take out the turret. Such a great card from the set. And now he's going to swing it with Luke. Probably for the 3rd time in this game. 6, restore 3. He still has Anakin Skywalker, Champion Mortis to hit with. He has 3 resources left as well. They're only going to get 1 more round. So, Crate Dragon is lethal next round already.
He still has an Anakin up too.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, the idea is okay. He only has a few dollars left, and he's gonna swing with the Anakin. Now he's in really bad shape because he's got 3 units that can win the game. And Key Monday. You can pass. He had to claim. He really needs even with the overwhelm, he's down. There's
All
nothing
right.
he can do.
So, excellent play by Trevor, the Yoda player. I think concedes to Han. Troy Yamaguchi advances to 8-1-1. Still in the hot for type cut. Trevor not dead. Goes to 8-2, and continuing to play. What a match! What did you think of that one?
That was a great match. Really classic back and forth. These guys both want to kind of do the same giant thing to each other and just do it a different way.
All right.
In the end, they got it, you know?
All right. So we're going to take a quick break, reset the tables. It's not going to be long at all, and we'll be back with round 10 after this.